ये फ्री ट्रेड फॉर एस्पिरेशनल यूथ है। ये फ्री ट्रेड फॉर आत्मनिर्भर भारत है। और मुझे पक्का विश्वास है, खास करके जो भारत के मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं, वे इस अवसर को अपनी क्षमताएं बढ़ाने के लिए करेंगे। और मैं सभी प्रकार के उत्पादकों से यही कहूंगा कि जब भारत यूरोपियन यूनियन के बीच मदर ऑफ ऑल डील्स जिसको कहते हैं, वैसा समझौता हुआ है, तब मेरे देश के उद्योगकार, मेरे देश के मैन्युफैक्चरर्स अब तो बहुत बड़ा बाजार खुल गया। अब बहुत सस्ते में हमारा माल पहुंच जाएगा, इतने भाव से वो बैठे न रहे। ये एक अवसर है और इस अवसर का सबसे पहला मंत्र ये होता है कि हम क्वालिटी पर बल दें। हम अब जब बाजार खुल गया है तो उत्तम से उत्तम क्वालिटी लेकर के बाजार में जाए। और अगर उत्तम से उत्तम क्वालिटी लेकर के जाते हैं तो हम यूरोपियन यूनियन के 27 देशों के खरीदारों के पैसे ही कमाते इतना नहीं, क्वालिटी के कारण से हम उनका दिल जीत लेते हैं और वो लंबे अरसे तक प्रभाव रहता है उसका, दशकों तक उसका प्रभाव रहता है। कंपनियों का ब्रांड देश के ब्रांड के साथ नए गौरव को प्रस्थापित कर देता है। और इसलिए 27 देशों के साथ हुआ ये समझौता हमारे देश के मछुआरे, हमारे देश के किसान, हमारे देश के युवान, सर्विस सेक्टर में जो लोग विश्व में अलग अलग जगह पे जाने के उत्सुक हैं, उनके लिए बहुत बड़े अवसर लेकर के आ रहा है। और मुझे पक्का विश्वास है, एक प्रकार से कॉन्फिडेंट, कॉम्पिटिटिव और प्रोडक्टिव भारत की दिशा में ये बहुत बड़ा कदम है। साथियों, देश का ध्यान बजट की तरफ होना बहुत स्वाभाविक है, लेकिन इस सरकार की ये पहचान रही है, रिफॉर्म, परफॉर्म एंड ट्रांसफॉर्म। और अब तो हम रिफॉर्म एक्सप्रेस पर चल पड़े हैं, बहुत तेजी से चल पड़े हैं। और मैं संसद के भी सभी साथियों का आभार व्यक्त करता हूं कि इस रिफॉर्म एक्सप्रेस को गति देने में वे भी अपनी सकारात्मक शक्ति को लगा रहे हैं और उसके कारण रिफॉर्म एक्सप्रेस को भी लगातार गति मिल रही है। देश लॉन्ग टर्म पेंडिंग प्रॉब्लम्स अब उससे निकल करके लॉन्ग टर्म सॉल्यूशंस के मार्ग पर मजबूती के साथ कदम रख रहा है। और जब लॉन्ग टर्म सॉल्यूशंस होते हैं तब प्रेडिक्टेबिलिटी होती है, जो विश्व में एक भरोसा पैदा करती है। हमारे हर निर्णय में राष्ट्र की प्रगति ये हमारा लक्ष्य है, लेकिन हमारे सारे निर्णय ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक है। हमारी भूमिका, हमारी योजनाएं ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक है। हम टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ स्पर्धा भी करेंगे, हम टेक्नोलॉजी को आत्मसात भी करेंगे, हम टेक्नोलॉजी के सामर्थ्य को स्वीकार भी करेंगे, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ हम मानव केंद्रीय व्यवस्था को जरा भी कम नहीं आंकेंगे। हम संवेदनशीलता की महत्व को समझते हुए टेक्नोलॉजी की जुगलबंदी के साथ आगे बढ़ने के व्यू के साथ आगे सोचेंगे। जो हमारे टीकाकार रहते हैं साथी, हमारे प्रति पसंद नापसंद का रवैया रहता है और लोकतंत्र में बहुत स्वाभाविक है, लेकिन एक बात हर कोई कहता है कि सरकार ने लास्ट माइल डिलीवरी पर बल दिया है। योजना फाइलों तक नहीं, लाइव तक पहुंचाने का प्रयास रहता है और यही हमारी जो परंपरा है उसको हम आने वाले दिनों में रिफॉर्म एक्सप्रेस में नेक्स्ट जनरेशन रिफॉर्म के साथ आगे बढ़ाने हैं। भारत की डेमोक्रेसी और भारत की डेमोग्राफी आज दुनिया के लिए एक बहुत बड़ी उम्मीद है। तब इस लोकतंत्र के मंदिर में हम विश्व समुदाय को भी कोई संदेश दें, हमारे सामर्थ्य का, हमारे लोकतंत्र के प्रति समर्पण का, लोकतंत्र की प्रक्रिया के द्वारा हुए निर्णयों का सम्मान करने का ये अवसर है और विश्व इसको जरूर स्वागत भी करता है, स्वीकार भी करता है। आज जिस प्रकार से देश आगे बढ़ रहा है, आज समय व्यवधान का नहीं है, आज समय समाधान का है। आज प्राथमिकता व्यवधान नहीं है, आज प्राथमिकता समाधान है। आज भूमिका व्यवधान के माध्यम से रोते बैठने की नहीं है, आज हिम्मत के साथ समाधानकारी निर्णयों का कालखंड है। मैं सभी माननीय सांसदों से आग्रह करूंगा कि वे आएं, राष्ट्र के लिए आवश्यक समाधानों के दौर को हम गति दें, निर्णयों को हम शक्ति दें और लास्ट माइल डिलीवरी में हम सफलतापूर्वक आगे बढ़ें। साथियों, आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
सस्ते वाले दाल मसाले स्वाद हुआ बेकार। MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल। ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े।
क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
This week on the roundtable, we are taking a look at the danger our country.
इसको तो फुटबॉल खेलना भी आ गया और इससे तो पियानो बजाने भी आ गया।
चंद्रयान भी उतर गया चांद पर हमें
अब तक टेस्टी राजमा बनाना नहीं आया।
बिना MDH राजमा मसाला के टेस्टी राजमा कैसे बनेगा?
स्वादिष्ट राजमा के लिए MDH राजमा मसाला।
क्या स्वादिष्ट राजमा बनाए?
MDH।
अब आया असली स्वाद।
अब आया स्वाद।
जब स्वाद के पड़े हो लाले तो MDH का चंकी चाट मसाला डालें। MDH का चंकी चाट मसाला।
MDH। Hello and welcome to a very special edition of We Women Want. I'm in conversation with Lakshmi Puri, who's come out with the next.
MDH कसूरी मेथी लाजवाब है, लाजवाब है।
स्वाद और सुगंध इसकी
लाजवाब है, लाजवाब है।
अगर MDH कसूरी मेथी नहीं डाला
तो खाली हाथ मलते रह जाओगे।
एक एक पत्ता हाथ से चुना, स्वाद और सुगंध जगाए कई गुना।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
कभी खेलों के मानचित्र पर उत्तर प्रदेश सिर्फ संभावनाओं का नाम था, पर 2017 के बाद संभावनाएं संरचना बनी। जनपदों में स्टेडियम, ब्लॉकों में मिनी स्टेडियम और गांव में मैदान। खेल अब शहरों तक सीमित नहीं रहे। लखनऊ से मेरठ, वाराणसी से अयोध्या, ग्रेटर नोएडा से गोरखपुर। मैदानों पर सिर्फ खिलाड़ी नहीं, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय इवेंट्स उतरे। खेलो इंडिया, यूनिवर्सिटी गेम्स, मोटो जीपी, डेविस कप, बैडमिंटन से लेकर खो खो तक। उत्तर प्रदेश अब मेजबान भी है और दावेदार भी। प्रतिभाओं को मिला मंच, प्रशिक्षण और सम्मान। आज उत्तर प्रदेश खेलों में सिर्फ भाग नहीं लेता, दिशा तय करता है। यह है बदलाव की कहानी, मेहनत की पहचान और भविष्य की स्वर्णिम उड़ान। ये है आत्मविश्वास, लगन और विजय का गूंजता संदेश। ये है नया उत्तर प्रदेश।
लाल रंग इसका अपार, तीखा कम है फिर भी स्वाद। बेमिसाल बेमिसाल MDH कश्मीरी।
MDH कश्मीरी।
MDH।
A tragic day dawns over Maharashtra as the state bids a final farewell to Deputy Chief Minister and senior NCP leader Ajit Pawar, who tragically lost his life yesterday in a plane crash. Yesterday morning, a Learjet 45 aircraft carrying Ajit Pawar crashed while attempting to land at Baramati airport in Pune district. All on board perished in the incident, which occurred amid reports of poor visibility and a second landing attempt. Ajit Pawar, aged 66, was en route to his political stronghold of Baramati to campaign for the upcoming Zilla Parishad elections. Now, as you can see, live visuals on the air, Amit Shah, the Home Minister, has arrived in Baramati for the last rites of Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. We can also see that he is being flanked by Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra Eknath Shinde, as well as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra Devendra Fadnavis. Of course, top leaders from across the political spectrum are arriving to pay their last respects to Ajit Pawar, who died aged 66 in a plane crash. With that, I would like to go across to Mr. Yuvraj Pokhrana, an author and columnist. Thank you so much, sir, for staying with us here on the broadcast. Of course, a very tragic day for Maharashtra and Maharashtra politics as well. Towering figure Ajit Pawar was unfortunately killed in a plane crash yesterday, sir. The first question, of course, being what exactly is next for the NCP? Do you think there's going to be more fragmentation within the party, or are we going to see some sort of reconciliation and see a more united NCP going forward?
Medha, as you rightly said, it's a very tragic day for the Maharashtrians people and the entire state of Maharashtra. Because in today's time, when politics is rife with yes men, henchmen and chamchas, this was a guy, Mr. Ajit Dada Pawar, who rose to the ranks and file, starting his journey as a man of cooperatives. He started with Maharashtra Cooperative Sugar Board, then went up to the Pune District Cooperative Bank, and subsequently he rose to become a 7 times MLA, 6 times Deputy CM. And yes, this his departure, his untimely departure, leaves an unfilled void in the politics of Maharashtra. And if we speak about NCP, NCP is, I feel, caught at an injunction point, is caught at an inflection point where only and only the Pawar family has to reckon, has to reconcile and has to decide. There are high chances that Sharad Pawar, NCP and Ajit Dada Pawar, NCP may again collate, may again get one, and they may merge with the Mahayuti or the NDA, so to speak. Because if we carefully read all the political possibilities, Sharad Pawar is in the last leg of his political journey. There is nothing much left for him. So I can also safely juxtapose him as being the Captain Amrinder Singh of Maharashtra. There's not much in his kitty to pull. So what as a father, he may have to reckon and consider is the political futures and fortunes of his progenitors, of Rohit, of Supriya Tai and all. So going with the BJP seems to me is the best bet if you consider the internal dynamics and domestic politics of Maharashtra and the politics of Delhi Union. So I think there are high chances that he may go with the Mayuti, BJP or the NDA. But yes, again, filling the void that Ajit Dada has left nearly is impossible, because in today's day and age, most of the politicians in most of the political parties are only running up on patronage. किसी की खैर मकदम से चल रहा है. You won't find any leader who is equally connected to the grass, who is equally shrewd in coalition dharma, and who is equally sharp with regards to the administration. Ajit Dada was the one who knew how to deal with the poorest downtrodden of the farmer, and Ajit Dada was the one who knew how to speak with an administrator, whether an IAS or IPS. He knew how to deal with them. So he is the one, I mean, I regard him as the Chota Modi in Maharashtra. He had an experience of all the political spectrum. Among his 6 times tenures as a deputy chief ministership, I think 3 to 4 times, 3 times if I'm not wrong, he was with the Congress party, and this 3 times he was with the NDA government. So yes, he has left an unfillable, the void cannot be filled, and I would end up by just passing my commiserations, condolences to the bereaved souls that departed with Ajit Dada, and to the bereft families. Om Shanti. Over to you, Megha.
Sir, additionally, of course, before that, I would like to address the visuals that are coming on air. We can see Supriya Sule along with Sunetra Pawar there attending the last rites of Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Dada Pawar. We just mentioned that Home Minister Amit Shah has also landed in Baramati to pay his last respect. It's a massive It's a massive crowd of people who have gathered to pay their last respects to this towering figure. You can see these live visuals on your air, on the air. There is Supriya Sule along with Sunetra Pawar, of course, in these tough times. There's also Nitin Gadkari who's present along with Sharad Pawar. Leaders from across the political spectrum are gathering to pay their last tributes to Ajit Dada Pawar. Sir, of course, Mr. Yuvraj Pokhrana, sir, you said that you do see that there's going to be some sort of, a collation within the NCP, of course. But now the main question remains that, Sharad Pawar is 85 years old, and of course there had been talks of Ajit Pawar taking the reins of the party. And Sharad Pawar had wanted to retire after his term had ended. Sir, in your opinion, after now, what exactly would the situation be like? Do you think now that Sharad Pawar is still going to hold the reins, or perhaps he's going to pass it over to his daughter Supriya Sule or Sunetra Pawar, or the sons of Ajit Pawar? Who do you think will actually hold in the reins of the NCP? Considering the fact that, of course, Sharad Pawar is 85 years old, and while he had always considered Ajit Pawar as his political heir, even though he did not discriminate between his daughter as well as Ajit Pawar, who was the son of his, who was not exactly his son, but rather, he was the uncle of Ajit Pawar.
Medha, let me just address to your question, but give me 30 seconds prior to that. Akhilesh Yadav cannot be Akhilesh Bhaiya without being called Yadav. In the similar tone, this Bihar politics, Tamil Nadu politics, or entire politics in every regional party is ruled by the clan, the first family. But here was Ajit Dada, who emerged from the shadows of Sharad Rao Chandra Pawar. But he is now being called Ajit Dada, not Ajit Pawar. So he rose from the shadows of Sharad Pawar to become an independent force, a force to reckon with, a force who has mastered coalition politics, administrative efficiency, and he has dominated Baramati. And how? So after him, there cannot, I mean, these are two different discussions as per me, that who is gonna lead the party, because I do not see anybody, whether it is, sorry for my harsh language, whether it is Supriya Tai or anyone from the clan or the party who can replace Ajit Dada. Yes, Sharad Rao Chandra Pawar, as I rightly said, he is in the last leg of his political career, so he may be sitting at home like a Margdarshak, but it is for the family to decide mutually. But what I feel is, considering Maharashtra's politics, considering the sympathy wave that is that have had and will always rule the Indian polity, I think the wife of Ajit Dada will be the key contender for the top post. But yes, she will always be guided by Supriya Tai and the other members of the Pawar family, because Sunetra Pawar is a not very well experienced politician. Again, sorry for being devil's advocate, and let me bite the bullet here. Sunetra Pawar is the wife of Ajit Dada, and that is why she is.
Sir, I'm so sorry to disturb you, but I would like to address these live visuals that are coming in on air. Of course, massive crowds of people gather to pay their last respects to Ajit Pawar, and also his body now has arrived at the Vidya Pratishthan ground, wrapped in the chai color. You can hear his supporters as well in the background. All right, sir, if you could just go back to completing your thoughts.
So yes, Medar, I mean, these are very precarious times for the NCP faction. They may unite as one, and if in that case, it will be interesting to see if Sharad Pawar allows two women to lead the parties. The two women, namely Sunetra Pawar and Supriya Tai. So again, it is a game of possibilities, it is a game of odds, whether these two women can lead their party to an empowered mode, as in the new NCP with women in charge of the party, or are we gonna see the times where we will see a lot of cat fights among these two women? It will be Supriya Pawar and Supriya Sule and Sunetra Pawar. So is it Supriya and Sunetra or Supriya versus Sunetra? It is for the time, it is for the future to tell us. Over to you, Meena.
Sir, I would please request you to stay on with me. I'm also being joined by Mr. Venkat Narayan, who's a senior journalist, Mr. A.K. Mishra, who is a senior journalist as well, and Advocate Harsh Singh Dhaya, who's a political analyst. Thank you so much for being with us here on the telecast. I would like to go across to Mr. Venkat Narayan first. Sir, of course, before I come to you, I would like to address the latest shots that we can see on air. The body of Ajit Pawar, of course, wrapped in the chai color, has landed, has come now to the Vidya Pratishthan ground. His funeral is set to take place here today. He will be cremated with full state honor. Remember now that Maharashtra has declared 3 days of mourning in light of the tragic plane crash that occurred yesterday. A lot of leaders, a lot of people have come to pay their last respects to the leader. We can see police personnel as well. There's of course heavy deployment of police on the ground, and a lot of senior party leaders like Amit Shah as well as BJP President Nitin Abin are also present here. We also have Nitin Gadkari. Just a few moments ago we saw, we can also now see that we can see Ajit Pawar's son as well, on the stage right next to his body. All right. With that, I would like to go across to Mr. Venkat Narayan, sir. Of course, very tragic incident yesterday. Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Ajit Pawar, tragically passed away in an airplane crash. Sir, what next lies for the NCP? Do you think there's going to be some sort of fragmentation within the party, or is it going to actually come together as one bloc?
Well, condolences to the family and the people of Maharashtra because of the unfortunate death of Mr. Ajit Pawar in a plane crash yesterday morning. He dominated Maharashtra politics. He's been an MLA for, I think, 7 terms. He was the Deputy Chief Minister under several different chief ministers for 6 times, and he presented a dozen cabinet budgets and all that. He was actually getting ready to present the next budget next month. So he was controversial, but he believed that to serve the people we need to be in power. That's one of the reasons why he kept changing parties, because he wanted to make sure that he was in power to be able to do something. And the infrastructural development in Baramati and Pune has happened because of him. He was also involved in controversies about those 70,000 crore irrigation scam and several other scams, but he was never imprisoned. But 31% of MLAs, MPs, and the MLCs in this country have corruption charges or some, things like that. The point is now what happens in Maharashtra. The NCP, I think they have 41 MLAs in the assembly. They would perhaps like to continue as part of the government in Maharashtra. So the Sharad Pawar faction of the NCP has barely a dozen MLAs. So it seems to me at this point of time that Ajit Pawar's widow Sunetra could be a possible Deputy Chief Minister, in place of our late husband. But you also have a Chhagan Bhujbal and Praful Patel, senior leaders. Whether the MLAs, majority of the MLAs will accept Sunetra Pawar as the Chief Minister. It may be at least a temporary thing because of the sympathy factor. Whether Sharad Pawar, who is 85 now, his daughter Supriya Sule and Sunetra will get along well and take the party forward. There was talk of both the parties coming together after the elections or something, but that was proposed by Ajit. But with his passing away, we don't know what is likely to happen, what would be the chemistry between Sunetra and Supriya. Supriya defeated Sunetra in the last Lok Sabha election. So we have to see the chemistry of it and what the majority of the MLAs belonging to the Ajit Pawar faction think. It seems to me that they would like to continue as part of the present government with the BJP and Shinde and so on. So we'll have to see for the next few weeks about how things will develop in Maharashtra.
Sir, I would please request you to stay on with me. I would like to go across to Mr. A.K. Mishra. Sir, of course, the last rites of Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar are underway, as can be seen on screen. Various leaders, of course, have gathered. Sir, going forward, it had largely been said that Ajit Pawar would be the one who would take over the reins of the NCP after Sharad Pawar would likely retire from active politics. He would hand over the reins to Sharad Pawar. But now, with his passing away in this tragic accident, what do you think is next for the NCP? Do you think now somebody else would actually take over the party? Would it actually be his daughter Supriya Sule, or the sons of Ajit Dada Pawar, or rather Ajit's wife Sunetra? Who do you think is the likely contender going forward?
Yes, I think that due to health factor as well as the age factor, Sharad Pawar will not be very much active in politics, national as well as the Maharashtra state politics. As well as if we see the daughter of Sharad Pawar, lonely she cannot handle some such kind of the big type of the party. even all the party is coming together and all these things. So of course there will be a crisis of young, dynamic as well as the active leader in NCP to manage each and every political activity. Because of so many other political activity, it is going to happen on national as well as the Maharashtra level also. So it will not be possible only by the daughter of Sharad Pawar, Supriya Tai. They definitely will require from the family member of Sharad Pawar, or you can say the Ajit Pawar. It may be his wife, son. Let's see. But at least I can hope, since wife, she is already active, more mature in comparison of son or next generation. So wife will be immediately, and it will be demand of the, you can say, the political activist as well as the member of NCP. So nobody can ignore that the wife will not come. Of course, I think that the wife of Mr. Ajit Pawar, she will come and she will again try to lead from the front. Because of young as well as the energetic person, leadership, it is required to work on the ground. Otherwise, there will be a great vacuum, a long vacuum in the history of the NCP, that who is going to manage. So it will be more and more dangerous. I think center will be led by Supriya Tai, or Supriya Tai may go for time being, may handle both center as well as the state. But nobody can ignore the wife of Shri Ajit Pawarji, as well as the next generation. They can also be get introduced in active politics of NCP. Yes.
Sir, I would request you to please stay on with me. I would like to address these visuals that are coming in. Of course, Union Minister Nitin Gadkari there along with NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar. People are paying their last respects to Ajit Pawar, and he will shortly be cremated with full state honor, of course. With that, I would like to go across to Advocate Harsh Singh Daya, sir. Of course, the funeral of Ajit Dada Pawar is set to take place shortly, sir. His passing away, it has been a very tragic incident. Sir, in your opinion, what immediate effects will this, of course, have on the Mahayuti alliance in Maharashtra?
Meera ji, first of all, this is a very sad day for Indian politics and for Maharashtra as well. My prayers for Ajit Dada's soul, Om Shanti. And his passing away has left a big vacuum, not just in Maharashtra politics, but Indian politics as well. This begets the question that we really need to focus on the safety of the aircrafts which are being used by our leaders, not just political leaders, but our military leaders as well. As we have seen in past, there have been such mishaps. Sometimes helicopters have gone down, sometimes these private jets have gone down. So we really need to bring a focus on the safety of such jets, such helicopters, and also on the preparedness of these smaller airports across the country, so that no such incident happens again. And in terms of the political consequences, the consequences are clear, that there is a power vacuum within NCP now. Supriya Suleji, who belongs to the Sharad Pawar faction, she has been much involved in the national politics and not so much involved in the Maharashtra politics. So with passing away of Ajit Dada, a big vacuum has been left. But in my personal opinion, I guess Sunitra Pawarji, his wife, or his son, Mr. Parth Pawar, they will take over the reins of Ajit Pawar's faction of NCP, and they will lead the party here on. And now the interesting part to see would be like who becomes the deputy chief minister from NCP. Would it be Parth Pawar? Would it be Sunitra Pawarji, or someone else from NCP? But someone else becoming the deputy CM seems unlikely. In my personal opinion, I feel that Sunitra Pawarji will take forefront in this faction of NCP, and she will lead Ajit Pawar Dada's faction of NCP from now on, and Parth Pawar will also take a leading role in the party. And it is a big loss, and we really need to focus on the safety of our national leaders and state leaders.
Sir, I would request you to please stay on with me. I would like to address these visuals coming in. Of course, Home Minister Amit Shah along with Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis as well as of course Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde have arrived at the cremation ground, which is the Vidya Pratishthan ground for the last rites of Ajit Dada Pawar. Of course, the Union Home Minister is seen sitting besides Union Minister Nitin Gadkari. We can also see the Union Home Minister being flanked by Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis as well. There's also, of course, Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde as well. People are paying their last respects to Ajit Pawar right now, who will be cremated, of course, with full state honors. We can see his supporters, his supporters raising slogans, showing that actually Ajit Pawar was a people's leader. They are, of course, saying Ajit Dada Amar Rahe. All right, sir, with that I would like to come across to you, sir, Mr. Vijay Pokhrana, author and columnist. Sir, of course, Ajit Pawar did serve as the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra for six times, and it was across various governments, whether it was the government of Prithviraj Chavan or the government of Devendra Fadnavis as well as Uddhav Thackeray, cutting across political spectrums, of course. In light of all of this, how do you assess, Ajit Dada Pawar's legacy going forward?
Meda, first of all, thank you for giving me a new name. For my actual name is Yuvraj, not Vijay. And in Maharashtra's politics, what we all are missing is the woods for the trees. In the state of Maharashtra, the cooperative movement is not just an economic system. It is the very backbone of the political power. Maharashtra's cooperative lobby, as in the sugar lobby, the cooperative banks, and the milk cooperative lobby, have long been a nursery of political leaders that have given the nation tall leaders like the late Ajit Dada or the master himself, Mr. Sharad Pawar. So it will be interesting to see what this cooperative lobby decides, where this cooperative lobby stands for. Will it be Sunetra Tai, which I feel has the highest possibility and chances positively, or will it be the other faction? Is for the time to tell us. But now, coming to your question, Ajit Dada is by far the biggest product of this cooperative lobby. So via these cooperatives, he has always been grounded to the poorest of the poor, to the most downtrodden, to the person standing in the last queue. So as one of the panelists earlier said, and I also agree with him, I will not deem Mr. Ajit Dada as the Airam Gairam. He had to be in power. He had to be controlling, administrating the system so that he can usher in reforms for his people, for the people of Maharashtra and for the state in toto. So yes, he was always a master in coalition dharma. He was brass. He was not a very soft-spoken person. He was very brass because he was connected to the people. He had to maneuver the administration, if I may say so. He was not here to please some bigger leader. He was not here to please the media people. So yes, he had to be in power and he had somehow mastered the coalition dharma, the art of maneuvering, and that's why he was comfortable even with the MVA and with the Congress party. He was very much comfortable with the India Alliance and the NDA Alliance. So yes, it was Ajit Dada Pawar for us. I have no qualms in admitting that he was with every political spectrum as comfortable as today. But that was him. So I don't deem fit to comment anything against the one who is not with us. Over to you, Mita.
Sir, Mr. Yuvraj Pokhrana, first of all, sincerest apologies. Secondly, I would kindly request you to stay on with me. I would like to go across to Mr. Venkat Narayan. Sir, of course, you know, the funeral now of Ajit Pawar will, you know, begin shortly. Of course, people have gathered to pay their last respects. Now, coming to the man himself, he served as the Deputy Chief Minister 6 times. You know, that's, I think, the longest anybody has ever served as a Deputy Chief Minister. Six times in, you know, various governments, whether it was the government of Prithviraj Chavan or, you know, the BJP government under Devendra Fadnavis, or, you know, even the Shiv Sena UBT, he was also part of the, you know, the Thackeray-led government. Sir, in light of all of this, you know, how do you exactly assess the political legacy of this, you know, towering figure going forward?
Well, Meda, you know, his life's ambition, at least for the past quarter century, was to become the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. He did that for 90 hours, but you know, that experiment collapsed. That's a different matter. But there is no question that here was a man, Ajit Pawar Dada or Ajit Dada Pawar or whatever you like to call him. He was a people's leader. He primarily concentrated all his efforts for the welfare of the people of Maharashtra. He did not entertain any national ambitions. Whereas Mr. Sharad Pawar, who was a chief minister in Maharashtra, moved to the center. He was with the Congress when on the question of Sonia Gandhi becoming the prime minister. He left the party and formed his own NCP. And Mr. Sharad Pawar's current Rajya Sabha membership expires on the 2nd of April this year, and he has said that after he ceases to be a member of the Rajya Sabha, he will not take any interest in politics at all. So it is reasonable to assume that he will cease to be a force to reckon with, as it is once the party symbol was given to Ajit. You know, the number of people who are now with MLAs with the Sharad Pawar faction is barely a dozen, even though he has about 8 MPs in the Lok Sabha, so on and so forth. So it seems to me that in view of the respect Ajit Pawar gained by working for the people for the past 3 decades or whatever, his widow Sunetra, who is now 62, could possibly take his place in the cabinet as the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra. And I will not be surprised if Supriya Sule, who is 56 and concentrated only on national politics, will reconcile herself to the fact, given that the number of MLAs with her being you know, barely a dozen, reconciling to the leadership of Sunetra Pawar at this point of time. So I would reckon that the majority of the MLAs who are with Ajit Pawar will continue in the government led by Fadnavis, and I do not see any internal disputes at this point of time, because Parth is still very inexperienced. Supriya doesn't have a hold on the you know, local politics. Sunetra has been very active in running an NGO and several other things she has been doing. So it seems to me that she is the clearest, most possible candidate to succeed Ajit Pawar as the Deputy Chief Minister, and the MLAs of that faction deciding to continue to be part of the BJP-led alliance in Maharashtra and in the country. Meda?
All right, sir. Sir, I would please request you to stay on with me. With that, I would like to go across to Advocate Harsh Singh Daya. Sir, of course, you know, Baramati was the place where the Pawar family, you know, it's considered their home turf, of course. Sir, before that, I would like to actually address the live shots on air right now. We can see, of course, the wife of Ajit Pawar, Sunetra Pawar, right there paying her respects to her husband, We can also see that, there's Supriya Sule right there trying to condole her at this point. There are also the sons of Ajit Pawar, both Jay Pawar as well as both of his sons, of course, are also present at the moment, paying their last respect at this moment. All right, sir, coming back to you. Of course, Baramati was, the Pawar family bastion. And now with the loss of Ajit Pawar, do you actually think that this will further, this will actually, weaken the party in Baramati and, Western Maharashtra?
Not at all, Medaji. In fact, I guess the Pawar family will emerge even stronger after this, because there would be a wave of sympathy with the family. So whoever decides to contest from this seat or from any of the neighboring seats, they would have a large benefit of the sympathy going with them. And, it's natural because the Pawar family has done a lot for that region in terms of agriculture, in terms of industries, in terms of overall development. Baramati has been a stronghold of the Pawar family, and I feel it will continue to be so. And in fact, not just Baramati, but this sympathy wave would help NCP overall as well. And like Mr. Venkatji was mentioning, I also feel that all the MLAs of Ajit Pawar's faction will stay with the BJP coalition, and they will stay in the government, and it is most likely that Sunitra Pawarji will take the role of leadership within NCP, and she will emerge as a strong persona in Maharashtra politics now. And people, because of sympathy and because of work done by Pawar family, they will align with Sunitra Pawarji quite a lot.
Alright, sir, I would please request you to stay on with me. I would like to go across to Mr. A.K. Mishra, senior journalist. Sir, of course, Ajit Pawar has served as Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra 6 times. Going forward, how do you exactly assess his legacy, political legacy, given the fact that, he had served as the Deputy Chief Minister in various governments cutting across political lines, whether it was the government of Prithviraj Chavan or the government of Devendra Fadnavis, as well as Eknath Shinde and also Uddhav Thackeray?
See, of course, he claims his political career claims that he is the longest serving deputy chief minister, as well as different kind of variety of portfolio he has managed, from ground to state level politics, as well as you can say the little bit national level politics. Whatever the experience has been gained by himself after Sharad Pawar, I think in NCP, in entire leadership, it is at most on peak level. No other NCP leader can compete. Even if we talk about the Supriya Sule, definitely she may have certain kind of the limitation. So whatever all these, you can say the legacy as well as the capacity as well as the experience, definitely it must has been passed to his wife as well as his first son. He is also very much active in politics. So I think just after few days, this is only the matter of few days, this will be the demand from the politics as well as need of the time, as well as even I hope that the opposition's leaders or party, even BJP and all these things, they can also encourage, especially for his wife. His wife, of course, she is running NGO, but she is very much also active. And she must be having each and every micro level of the detailing of the, you can say, day-to-day basis, detailing based on the, you can say, the personal sharing experience of the Ajit Pawarji. It is at most required that even the family, if family is saying that no, we are not interested, it is the demand of the time, that time will force them to get activated in the politics. Even the second son, who is not very much active in politics and taking care of his own business and keeping himself away from the political limelight, I think that he will also come, because of the type of burden, political burden of political responsibility, whatever it is coming over the family. It is required that all these 2-3 members should get activated immediately and should be lead the party from the front. The second most important thing that Sharad Pawar, that Ajit Pawar was only a politician for especially for the political dominance. He never used the politics, you can say, divide and rule type of the politics. Even he was playing basic structure of his political career was Maratha politics, but even he never uttered, never used some such kind of the words likewise Mumbaikar versus other, or you can say the Marathi versus Bihari or Marathi versus UP. I don't remember that in any election he made all some such kind of the words or matter as a political issue, as a political symbol. This is the greatness of his political personality. And while we are saying that so many parties, they are having only one and one agenda: Mumbaikar versus outsider, Marathi versus outsider, Marathi Manus. He was a true Marathi Manus. Maratha land, particularly Pune and all these areas, from his birth as well as the family as well as the ancestor. But even he never. It shows that not only he was not making any kind of the difference that Mumbai was welcoming to each and everyone, and whatever politics he did, his vision was only depending on this thing, that whoever is coming to the Maharashtra is coming to the Mumbai, he was always welcoming to each and everything. All these cultures should be handled immediately. It is requirement of the time that his wife should lead, should come out, as well as all these two sons, whatever, they are matured enough, and very soon I hope that they will join the politics and they will handle each and everything. Because of only Supriya Sule cannot handle national as well as you can say the local politics, especially on ground level politics. It will be very much difficult if his wife or any immediate person from his family, if they are not coming, it will become difficult for NCP. Yes, ma'am, please.
Sir, I would please request you to stay on with me. I would once again like to go back to Mr. Venkat Narayan, who is a senior journalist, of course. Sir, now, you know, we know that this division had, of course, taken place within the NCP. You had the NCP SP and the NCP AP. But the fact was that despite all of this, you know, it seems like the family was always close-knit, and, you know, this political ambitions per se did not, you know, actually drive much of a wedge between the families. And, you know, of course, we're seeing right now that the Pawar family is, of course, united in, you know, and as we can see, of course, also on the screen, a massive sea of people have gathered to pay their last respects to Ajit Dada Pawar. It's also, you know, various senior leaders who've also come to pay their respects, namely Union Home Minister Amit Shah as well as Union Minister Nitin Gadkari also. Sir, but my main point was, of course, the fact remains that was it not that despite the NCP split, the Pawar family was still very close-knit?
Yeah, there are two different things, Medha. One is personal family relations, the other is political relations. And, you know, Sharad Pawar initially was grooming Ajit Pawar as his successor, but when his daughter grew up and, you know, blood being thicker than water, he preferred to back Supriya Sule as his successor, and Ajit Pawar was not very happy about that, and he almost said, how long is Sharad Pawar going to continue as the leading the party without giving a chance to the younger people like me, and so on and so forth. So, but it's all history now. I think the family will continue to stay together as a family, but there are lots of other issues involved: political power, the wealth accumulated over a period of time by the Sharad Pawar faction as well as Ajit Pawar faction, and all these things. So the majority of the people in the NCP MLAs are with the Ajit Pawar faction. It seems to me that his faction will lead. In any case, Mrs. Sharad Pawar is 85, his term in the Rajya Sabha expires on the 2nd of April, and he says he won't, aspire for one more term, or he, is going to say goodbye to politics. And he should be pragmatic now and let the Ajit Pawar faction of the NCP, move forward and support Sunetra's candidature for the Deputy Chief Minister. She's not a greenhorn. She's been very actively involved in running NGOs and, a textile factory and so on and so forth. And I think that is the best way of going forward, it seems to me, at this point of time, Meda.
But sir, of course, you just mentioned that, he would, he said that he would rather retire from active politics. But now with the passing of, but that was, incumbent on the point that perhaps the reins would go to his nephew Ajit Pawar. But now with his passing, do you not believe that, he would actually, what would be more certain is that he would actually come, he would actually become politically active. You've just said that Sunetra Pawar is, she's not a greenhorn, but I think the fact remains, of course, is that his daughter Supriya is more involved in national politics, but Sunetra Pawar, I think, does not, have that sort of experience or even charisma to take over the reins of the party and, bring it forward, really.
Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Pawar would like to kind of, maintain his control over the Sharad Pawar faction of the party, and he would love to see his daughter go places. But the hard fact is that the majority of the MLAs are with the Ajit Pawar faction. Unless, Sharad Pawar agrees to align with the Ajit Pawar faction and let them continue as a part of the government in Maharashtra, I do not say the things happening the other way, because the MLAs who are with the Ajit Pawar faction, who are in the ruling coalition, they would like to continue, being with the current government in Maharashtra. And Mr. Sharad Pawar has nothing to offer to these MLAs at this point of time. So even though he might like to continue controlling the party and getting MLAs to come to his side, I don't see that happening, because they are, part of the government at this point of time. And when you are part of the government to enjoy certain perks and privileges, I do not see Sharad Pawar being able to offer those kind of facilities to the people who are MLAs in the Ajit Pawar faction. So that is highly unlikely to happen, in my opinion, Meda.
Alright, sir, I would please request you to stay on with me. I would like to go across to Advocate Harsh Singh Daya. Sir, would you agree with the fact that, would you agree rather with this opinion that, Ajit Pawar remained a chief minister in waiting throughout his political career, considering the fact that there was a widespread belief that eventually it would be him who would occupy the top post?
Medaji, as they say, politics is very uncertain. You never know what's going to happen. And also, I completely agree that he was the chief minister in waiting. He could have, become chief minister anytime, but the circumstances were never truly aligned. But to his credit, he was always in power. Like, no matter which government was there, no matter which faction was ruling Maharashtra, he was always mostly part of the ruling faction. And this tells you a lot about his politics. He was like, there is a concept called real politic, wherein, like, more than any philosophy or, any ideology, power matters. Like, how do you grab onto power? How do you stay in power? It could be for various reasons, like, my co-panelists have put it forward that, like, Mr. Ajit Pawar, like I also believe so, that he wanted to serve his state, he wanted to serve his people. And the only good way to serve people in politics, the best way to serve people in politics is to be in power. When you are in power, you are able to drive these policies, you are able to drive, so many schemes for your people, for your state, and you are able to do good. So to his credit, he was a true politician in that manner, that he always stayed in power, no matter which ideology or which party was running the government at that particular time. And if the circumstances could have been right, he could have become the chief minister earlier on. But as they say, politics is very uncertain, and it will continue to remain so.
All right, sir. I would please request you to stay on with me. I would like to bring back Mr. Venkat Narayan into this conversation again. Sir, of course, Baramati is the Pawar family's pocket borough, and it shaped. All right, so before I ask that question, let me go across to the visuals that are coming in on air. Of course, massive sea of people. Amit Shah, rather, is seen paying his last respects to Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. He is also seen paying his respects to the members of the family of Ajit Pawar as well. Remember, of course, that Ajit Pawar is being cremated with full state honors, and various leaders from across the political spectrum have come. And of course, we have now Nitin Nabin, also the BJP president, who is paying his last respects to the deputy chief minister as well. He's of course seen carrying last rite rituals as well. Massive sea of supporters are also seen. He's also, seen paying his respects to the family also of Ajit Pawar. Of course, we have now Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, as well, who's present on the ground at Vidya Pratishthan ground, rather, to pay his last respects to the Baramati strongman. He's also, of course, seen paying his respects to Ajit Pawar, who tragically passed away in the plane crash. Massive sea of supporters of Ajit Pawar as well as residents of Baramati as well have come to pay their last respects to the Deputy Chief Minister who tragically passed away in the plane crash yesterday. Also, right now, Union Minister Nitin Gadkari laying a wreath, of course, and paying his last respects to the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Ajit Dada Pawar. Of course, the funeral is being conducted amid heavy police presence as well. Of course, right now we can also see various leaders come in to pay their respects to the Deputy Chief Minister. All right, so with that I would like to go across to Mr. Venkat Narayan. Sir, of course, Baramati is, the Pawar family's pocket borough. It shaped Ajit Pawar's rise under the influence, of course, of his uncle Sharad Pawar. It's some sort of a tragic irony being witnessed that this is the exact place where he started his career from, and this is the exact same place where he's lost his life as well. Would you, in your opinion, concur that with the passing away of, this towering figure we could, see. Do you think that this party will perhaps, be weakened in Baramati going forward?
Meda, I seriously doubt it, because Ajit Dada Pawar was a people's leader, people's man, and he always wanted to stay in power to be able to serve the people and all that. And the fact that he died in such a tragic circumstances, the sympathy factor will be there not just among the people who have, shown up in such large numbers to attend his funeral and to pay their last respects to Ajit Pawar. I do not see his death causing any split within the Ajit Pawar faction of the MLAs, for the simple reason that they are a part of the Fadnavis government at this point of time, and Sharad Pawar is in no position to offer them any, anything in practical terms for them to defect to Sharad Pawar's faction. I would like to imagine that the MLAs will continue to remain with together, and who will eventually end up leading that particular faction remains to be seen, because apart from Sunetra and Ajit's son Parth, you have Praful Patel and Chhagan Bhujbal and leaders like that who have been with Ajit for a long time. So I do not think that the faction will be weakened because Ajit Pawar is no more. At least the sympathy factor will remain. Whether the people will be with them or not will be known only when we have the next assembly elections, which are, some time away from this point of time. Meda?
Sir, I would please request you to stay on with me. I would like to go across to Advocate Harsh Singh Daya. Sir, it was widely said that, that 85-year-old Sharad Pawar would choose to step away from active politics and hand over the reins to his, nephew Ajit Pawar. But would you say now that it seems certain that Sharad Pawar may become, politically active again? And considering the fact that, of course, his party does not, really have any sort of people that can be banked upon, considering the fact that Supriya Sule is more involved in national politics, his sons, Ajit Pawar's sons, both Parth as well as JR per se, not very, experienced in politics, and the same can also be said for Sunetra Pawar as well.
Medaji, it will be wrong to say that these family members are not very much experienced in politics, because they are born in a political family. They have opened up their eyes when they were born. Right then and there, they opened their eyes to a very public life, and they have seen politics up close. So far, there was no necessity for other family members to foray into active politics for some of them, and for others like who were already in active politics, there was no need for them to be in the leading roles, because those leading roles were taken by three family members, namely Sharad Pawarji, who was leading the national politics and the state politics as well. He's a stalwart leader. Then Ajit Dada Pawar, who was leading in the state politics, and then Supriya Suleji, who was leading in national politics for the NCP. So far, there was no need for anyone in the family, in the Pawar family, apart from these three people, to foray into leadership roles. But because there is a necessity now, so we'll see more family members coming into the forefront. It would be Sunetra Pawarji, it would be Parth Pawar, and it could be the next generation of the likes of Parth Pawar or his brother Jay Pawar. You never know. These are political families. They know best how it is to be done. And coming back to the question of Sharad Pawarji becoming active in politics again, there are two perspectives to it. First, I believe a stalwart politician never retires. He always stays active in public life in some way or the other. But definitely, the way we were seeing Sharad Pawarji active in politics earlier, it wouldn't be the same. He wouldn't, do public programs or anything. His health doesn't allow that. His age doesn't allow that. He has taken a backseat in that particular manner. But he's definitely still active. Like it cannot be said that he had taken a complete retirement from public life. So definitely he will stay a bit active in public life, but it wouldn't be at the level at what he was operating earlier. And that cannot be expected out of him because of his age, because of his health issues. And I guess it would be Supriya Suleji and Sunitra Pawarji who will be leading the party now. And both will be accepted by the people. The mandate in elections is a little different because the elections are not anywhere nearby as of now. But in terms of them being accepted as leaders of NCP, I guess that's not going to be a problem. Like Sunitra Pawarji, if she, forays into active politics, she takes up the leadership of NCP, she will be naturally accepted as their leader because all the MLAs of Ajit Pawar faction and the people of Baramati as well, because of the sympathy wave, because of the work that has been done by Ajit Dada Pawar in their area, they will very easily accept Sunitra Pawarji as their leader. Definitely, it doesn't mean that it will translate into some, election victory as well. If any elections happen in the near future, but definitely in terms of leadership roles, she will have a easier walk over there.
Sir, I would please request you to stay on with me. I would like to go across to Mr. A.K. Mishra. Sir, of course, we can see that the funeral will be carried out today with full state honors for Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. Sir, in your opinion, going forward, what immediate impacts will, this power vacuum that sort of has been created will have on the Mahayuti alliance within Maharashtra?
The power vacuum has been created. Of course, politics is by nature, originally the nature of politics, it is very much brutal. Let's see, just wait for a few days. We can see that so many other party may invite to the wife of Ajit Pawarji and his son to join their party. For example, BJP can offer a very much dignified type of the position as well as the political career to get merged with BJP or a better alignment with the BJP, as well as so many other parties, Congress as well as the Shiv Sena, they can also offer. All these are the opportunity, but the strongest opportunity, what will be the most beneficial, I think, that of course, whatever the politics, it is very much typical type of the work profession, 24 into 7 hour connectivity it is required, and whatever Ajit Pawar has developed by means of hard work of year over year, getting connected on district level, on a small booth level, developing as well as the cultivating a political culture, developing a political aura. It is not possible overnight, especially for his wife, because of his wife. She is never active in comparison of Ajit Pawar. So it may take time. Right now, we have to observe this thing. If directly his wife as well as his son directly taking the command, leading from the front of the party, let's see that how fast they can develop, they can adapt, and they can develop some such kind of the political mechanism so that the political worker of their party, they should not feel any kind of vacuum. Sooner as it may be possible, all kind of engagement it is required, all kind of routine basis political activities, party activities should be continued. So we have to observe all these things, and I think that the family, Ajit Pawar family, his wife as well as his son, they will decide to act lonely. They are not going to accept, you can say, as a support. They can take support because of Mahayuti, Mahavikas Aghadi, all these are the factor, as well as the Samikaran in Maharashtra politics. But of course, they will try to bring up it again to harvest the political party in the same way as Ajit Pawar did in past. So all these are the challenges, all these are the probabilities, options, what we have to witness in coming days. Yes.
Sir, I would please request you to stay on with me. I would like to go across to Mr. Venkat Narayan. Sir, I would like to ask you the same question as well, of course. You know, in your opinion, what immediate effects might this have on the Mahayuti alliance as well as, you know, as well as the BJP-led government within Maharashtra? What is next in Maharashtra's politics after this tragic incident?
Meda, I don't think that the tragic death of Ajit Pawar will have any substantial adverse impact on the Mahayuti government, because they have a very good majority in the assembly. And the next assembly elections are due in November 2029. We're talking about the elections being 3 years and 10 months away. So I don't think there will be any attempt at disruption. I don't think the Ajit Pawar faction of the NCP will defect either to the BJP or the Congress. They are happy being where they are, and they should have no problem being led by Sunetra, because Sunetra, you know, our own brother was a minister some time ago. So she came from a political family, married into a political family, and even though she did not need to play an active role in active politics for the simple reason that her husband was very active anyway, it doesn't mean that she is a political novice. And as I see it, I see her succeeding her late husband as the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and there being you know, no attempt of any kind to break up the Ajit Pawar faction either by the Congress or the BJP, because they are happy being where they are at this point of time and do not see any major you know, disruptions or hassles till November 2029 when the elections are due, Meda.
Sir, additionally, one more thing is that this incident, in your opinion, do you not think that it raises broader questions in regards to air safety in India in general?
Well, you know, politicians, active ones particularly, you know, they keep traveling a lot, using private jets and so on. And the company which rented out this particular Learjet to Ajit Pawar for electioneering, they claim that nothing was wrong with it and so on. So we'll have to, I think the Ministry of Civil Aviation and concerned authorities are going through, you know, the probe investigation. We'll have to wait what happens. It is not just the private ones. You know, look at what happened to Air India aircraft a few months ago over Ahmedabad. You know, accidents, whether by trains or roads or, you know, aviation planes and all that, they are now a part of, you know, life, because the mobility has increased tremendously. And once Rajiv Gandhi was telling me, when his mother asked him to stop flying, said, "Mummy, more people die in road accidents and train accidents than in plane accidents." She would not listen, because I said, "I lost my son Sanjay in a plane crash, so you better sit at home and don't fly." But things don't work like that. Millions of people commute, fly everywhere, and you know, because we have more than 150 aircraft, airports, and thousands of planes have been ordered. Aviation and politicians will continue to travel by aircraft. So it's absolutely certain that necessary measures, steps should be taken, that all the aircrafts flying in the air, whether they are private or commercial or whatever, are in top condition. And that is something up to the Ministry of Aviation, and I'm sure Minister Ram Mohan Naidu is looking to that, and the government should be equally concerned to make sure that everything is absolutely perfect before the planes take off, Veda.
Sir, additionally, the late Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister, from what we've been actually seeing, was actually a people's leader, considered easily approachable and accessible as well. We can also see massive sea of people have gathered in Baramati to actually pay their respects to this towering figure. Sir, in your opinion, how do you think Ajit Pawar will actually be remembered by the people of Baramati as well as the people of Maharashtra?
Well, I mean, there is no doubt that the fact that the people have turned up in such large numbers to bid farewell to him at the funeral event clearly shows that he enjoyed people's love and affection. I am sure that people love those people who work for them, and obviously his day began at 6 o'clock in the morning and went on till late in the evening, and his doors were open and so on. So I'm sure people are used to that kind of access to a political leader. Whoever aspires to succeed Ajit Pawar should also be equally accessible to people and be able to do what Ajit Pawar was able to do, being in power and being Deputy Chief Minister for with the 6 Chief Ministers. So I think I do not see any problem in the loyalty of the people of Pune and Baramati and Marathwada region dumping the Pawar family because Ajit is no more, Meda.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for being with us here on the broadcast. But with that, I would like to thank Mr. A.K. Mishra as well as Advocate Harsh Singh Dahia as well for being with us here on the broadcast. Now my colleague Arzu has filed a walkthrough. Let's take a look.
बारामती के मुस्लिम समुदाय के लोग हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं और देखिए आज अंतिम विदाई है अजीत पवार की, अजीत दादा की, और उसमें शामिल होने के लिए ये लोग जो हैं वो यहाँ पर पहुँचे। बोरा समाज के लोग जो हैं वो यहाँ पर पहुँचे हैं। कहाँ से आए आप लोग?
बारामती से
रहने वाले हैं। आज अंतिम विदाई है, आज अलविदा कहने का समय है अजीत दादा को। ये किस तरीके का लम्हा है आप लोगों के लिए, क्योंकि ये खबर कल जब आई तो किस तरीके का आप लोगों को शौक लगा?
बहुत शौक में है, पूरा बारामती शौक में है मैम।
हमें बहुत दुख हुआ है, हमारे समाज को बहुत दुख हुआ। हमारे समाज के लिए दादा ने बहुत किया है और बहुत प्रेम, हमारा समाज, हमारे बोहरा समाज पूरा उन पे प्रेम करते थे और वो भी हमारा पूरा ख्याल रखते थे। बहुत नज़दीक का रिश्ता था हमारे समाज का।
जब ये न्यूज़ हमें पता चली तो ऐसा लगा कि हमारे पैरों तले ज़मीन निकल गई। किसी को भरोसा ही नहीं हो रहा था पहले। ये सब जब 1 घंटे के बाद सब न्यूज़ फैलती गई तब लोगों को यकीन होते गया, नहीं तो किसी को पहले यकीन ही नहीं हो रहा था। और दादा ने हमारे बोहरा समाज के लिए जो कुछ किया है तो हमारा समाज क्या, पूरा महाराष्ट्र भी उनको भूल नहीं पाएगा और हमारा समाज तो भूल ही नहीं पाएगा उनको। दादा ने इतना कुछ हमारे लिए किया है।
हमारा समाज बारामती में खाली 100 घर है, 100 घर पर 500 लोग है। 500 लोग को दादा का इतना ध्यान था कि पूरा हमारा समाज उस पर एक आइटम पर हमारा ध्यान रखते थे। हमको कोई एडमिशन मांगते हो या कुछ तकलीफ हो, कोई भी तकलीफ हो, हम पहले दादा के पास जाते थे। आज इतने छोटे गांव में छोटे लोग संख्या रहने के भी दादा का हमारा इतना मोहब्बत था, इतना मोहब्बत था। ईद का प्रोग्राम रहेगा, हम सब मिलके समाज वाले ईद का प्रोग्राम करते थे और खुद बुलाते थे। दादा आते थे, साहेब आते थे, पूरी फैमिली आते थे। ऐसा नहीं कि आज नहीं, हर साल आते थे, हर साल हमको पूछते थे। इतने छोटे गांव के अंदर और ये हमारे साथ मिलना, मिल के रहना, आज हमको इतना दुख हो रहा है कि हमारा घर का मेंबर गया। बहुत दुख हो रहा है हमको।
आपको लग रहा है क्योंकि वो डेप्यूटी सीएम भी थे और आप लोग जिस तरीके से बता रहे हैं उनके बेटे भी पॉलिटिक्स में, आपको लग रहा है वो जगह ले पाएंगे, वो उतना प्यार आप लोगों को दे पाएंगे? उम्मीद है आप लोगों को?
हम लोग दादा
कर देंगे।
हम तो हमको उनको फैमिली को भूलेंगे ही नहीं। हमको दादा को फैमिली को भूलेंगे ना। हम मरते दम तक उन फैमिली पर हम पूरा हमारा उनका सपोर्ट है।
तब बड़े साहब थे वहाँ से ये सिलसिला चालू हुआ। बड़े साहब पवार साहब थे तब से चालू है। तब वो भी हमारे पास हमेशा आते थे। वो जब दिल्ली का जो पॉलिटिक्स देखते थे, बाद में अजीत दादा हमारा लोकल पॉलिटिक्स देखते, तब से अजीत दादा देख रहे। ये सिलसिला बहुत पुराना है और उनके बच्चे भी आएंगे तो हम उनको प्यार इतना ही करेंगे।
हम बोलेंगे विदाई कैसे दे रहे हैं आज, एक आखिरी मैसेज या क्या क्या कैसे दे रहे हैं?
मैडम हम लोग तो हकीकत में पूरे एकदम ब्लाइंड हो चुके हैं। हमारे लिए मतलब ये आप सबको लग रहा है क्या है, लेकिन हमको ये लग रहा है कि हम पूरा ब्लाइंड है। इसके बाद हमारा सिटी का, हमारे गांव का, हमारे बारामती का क्या होगा ये हमको नहीं पता। आज तक जो भी था, हम किधर जाते थे तो हम शान से कहते थे बारामती के है। हमको वो लग रहा है कि आज हमारी वो शान कम हो गई। अभी इसके आगे बनेगा, वो होगा, वो सब अलग है। बड़े साहब है, वो सब है। हम तो पवार के साथ में ही है, फैमिली के साथ में। लेकिन वो कहते हैं ना कि एक सपोर्ट चला गया, वो हमारा पूरा सपोर्ट ही चला गया। हम पूरा देखते थे कि हम बारामती के लोग हैं, हम बारामती के लोग हैं। आज हमको वो बारामती नाम लेते वक्त आंख में से पानी आ रहा है हमारे कि
हमारी वोटिंग पावर कुछ भी नहीं है। पूरे गाँव में 500 लोग भी हमें वोटिंग नहीं है पूरा।
देखिए आप देखिए किस तरीके से वोरा समाज के लोग यहाँ पर बड़ी संख्या में पहुंचे हुए हैं। अंतिम विदाई जो है वो अजीत पवार को, अजीत दादा को अपने दे रहे हैं और कह रहे हैं ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे आज बारामती की शान कम हो गई है। मैं आरजू सेठ, कैमरा पर्सन अंकुश के साथ, इंडिया न्यूज, बारामती, महाराष्ट्र।
My colleague Anand Singh is going to give us a ground report from the funeral as people pay their last respects. Let's take a look.
So a day after the tragic air crash in Maharashtra's Baramati, Maharashtra's longest serving Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar died in the tragic air crash just on 28th of January. So clearly, we are currently in Baramati, and just behind me you can see the vehicle that will be carrying the mortal remains of Ajit Pawar, who was also popularly known as Ajit Dada Pawar in political circles and among the people. So clearly this vehicle has been arranged over here, which will be carrying the mortal remains of Ajit Pawar, the longest serving Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, who made his political debut in 1982 while winning first time as one of the cooperative post.
Well, of course, right now we can see that the funeral pyre is going to be lit very shortly. Remember that Ajit Pawar is being cremated with full state honor today. A 3-day mourning has also been, issued after his tragic passing away. Numerous senior leaders have gathered, and a sea of people can also be seen paying their last respects. His funeral pyre is going to be lit shortly from now, and he will be cremated with full state honors. honor being given to late Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. His last rites are underway in Baramati, and shortly before this we had his wife and son bow and pay their last respects as well. Funeral pyre is being lit by the son of Ajit Pawar right now. Of course, we can also see people, supporters rather, of NCP leader and late Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar saying Ajit Dada Amar Rahe. The funeral pyre, of course, is being lit by sons of Ajit Pawar at the Vidya Pratishthan ground in Baramati right now. We can of course see that his elder son Parth lit the funeral pyre. People are also heard saying Ajit Dada Amar Rahe. All right. With that, I would like to go back to my guests. I'm being joined by Mr. Sanjay Kapoor, who's a political analyst, as well as Mr. Bipin Sharma, who's a senior journalist. My first question, of course, to
अखेरची मानवंदना. शांततेत आपण उभं राहावं, सगळ्यांना नम्र विनंती.
All right, the funeral pyre of late Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Dada Pawar was lit by his elder son Parth Pawar. He's being cremated with full state honors, and he just a short while ago received a guard of honor as well. Slogans of Ajit Dada Amar Rahe being raised as well. Senior leaders across the political spectrum, including Union Home Minister Amit Shah, as well as leaders of Maharashtra, Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, and Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, along with Sharad Pawar and Supriya Sule, are also present. Funeral of Ajit Dada Pawar, of course, underway in Baramati right now. With that, I would like to go across to my guests, Mr. Sanjay Kapoor as well as Bipin Sharma, who are joining me on the broadcast. Mr. Sanjay Kapoor, very tragic incident yesterday. The funeral right now is taking place of Ajit Dada Pawar, sir. My first question, of course, what lies next for Maharashtra? What lies next for the NCP, having lost such a charismatic and towering figure?
It's rather unfortunate that this incident has taken place. One never expected, air crashes are never expected, so nobody would actually make any plans for what will. It's a totally unfortunate incident that has happened, and the fact of the matter is that it always triggers speculation as to who could have done that. Although Sharad Pawar, his uncle, who has been responsible for mentoring him for all years, has been categorical that people should not speculate. Don't politicize the event. But the fact of the matter is that Ajit Pawar's going away leaves a big vacuum. And I was hearing the voices of some of the people who were his supporters from Baramati. They are very right when they said that Baramati loses its profile, loses the kind of status that it enjoyed all this while. And till the time there is somebody who comes in from his family, there is nobody who will restore the profile of Baramati. And if you hear the kind of people who were supporting him, he was an archetypal old-fashioned congressman who took along minorities, large majority communities, everybody together in a manner that we have seen slowly disappear, because this has become a politics of polarization, has become far more compelling than what Mr. Pawar was attempting to do. So people are missing the kind of personal attention that he used to give to each of these groupings. So what will really happen to Maharashtra politics is very difficult to say. But increasingly in the last few years, NCP had become quite dispensable. So even if his going away is not going to hurt the cause of this or the stability of the government in Bombay, Chief Minister Fadnavis looking very firm, although he was supposed to be an important go-between him and Eknath Shinde. That's from the Shiv Sena in the Mahayuti coalition. But the fact is that Mr. Fadnavis becomes stronger and more, doesn't have to look over his shoulder as to how Mr. Pawar is responding to it. He was a wise man, not very old as such. He had long years to go. But now his innings have come to a very unfortunate end. And now we have to see how things change in the state.
Sir, I would please request you to stay on with me. I would like to go across to Mr. Bipin Sharma, who is a senior journalist. Sir, we're witnessing right now the funeral, of course, of Ajit Pawar taking place. Thousands have gathered to pay their last respects, and he's just, from what we've witnessed till now, been considered rather a people's leader, easily accessible as well as approachable. Slogans of Ajit Dada Amar Rahe were also, being were heard at this ground where people have gathered to pay their respects, sir. Of course, my question remains the same. What next for the NCP after the loss of Ajit Pawar? What is next for the politics in Maharashtra? And also, what exactly is next for the state government in Maharashtra? What's next for the Mahayuti alliance?
Well, you see, very sad day for, I would not just say for Maharashtra, but for the entire country, because a people's leader, untimely demise, and then the contribution that he made for Baramati constituency, that was exemplary. So he would always be hailed and cherished for the good works that he did. And when he was the Minister of Planning, Finance, Sports, Youth Affairs, Minority Development. So the list is endless, and the longest serving Deputy CM. And then he had good equations with both UP and NDA. That is one very outstanding facet about him. Secondly, the fact that he had that balancing acumen, whether it was Mahavikas Agadi or Mahayuti. So he had his own equation, own terms, and maintained a good rapport across the spectrum. So definitely, it's going to be a big challenge and uphill task, because who would actually take his good work forward? And, we can speculate about the successors, whether his wife would now come in the forefront, his sons, or some NCP MP. But then the moot question remains about, the contribution that he made, and whether someone, the successor would be actually able to fill in those large shoes. So I think that is going to be keenly awaited. And then, because the kind of work which he did, barring the controversies, barring, the some controversial remarks that he made, or, when he was in the news for the wrong reasons. But then, by and large, he would always be remembered for the good works, the exemplary works, the contribution that he made for the people of Maharashtra, true son of the soil. And most important, the hallmark feature about Ajit Dada Pawar would always be, that would always be cherished, is that he would always be remembered as an epitome of punctuality, discipline. Because discipline, let's not forget that plays a very pivotal role. And in politics, because if you are late for your meetings, election rallies, that sends a very wrong message. So he was always bang on time, in fact, much before on time. So that also made a huge impact. And he had his own very, that charismatic way of striking a chord with the masses. So he would always be remembered. Very sad day for the country, for Maharashtra especially. And then definitely, we can understand what emotions must be going in the mind of not just the family members, but all his supporters.
Sir, I would please request you to stay on with me. Mr. Sanjay Kapoor, I would like to bring you back into this discussion. Sir, of course, now there's some sort of a political vacuum in the sense that the NCP AP division does not have a leader per se now. What do you think is going to happen next? Is the NCP going to see further fragmentation, or is it going to see reconciliation? Is it going to come back and become a united NCP?
It's very unfortunate, as I was telling you earlier, that can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate that the incident is taking place on the day that India is organizing something called the Wings 2026. at Hyderabad, trying to tell the world about the prowess that India has acquired as an aviation power and how the future of aviation is going to look. This incident will really be a blot on the face of the thought that was driving such enterprises. But having said that, his going away is not really going to impact the Maharashtra politics as much, because as I said earlier, he was a good man, very competent, but the party in a certain way has begun to diminish quite a bit. Like it was expected, the BJP has, and after that, the Shiv Sena has eaten into the vitals of NCP and NCP after the split, where Praful Patel went to the other side. Praful Patel was troubling him quite a bit, actually, in terms of the reach that he had acquired. So, if you look at it, I think NCP's days are numbered. It's a very personal-based party, person-based party, personality-based party, to be more precise. Sharad Pawar and then Ajit Pawar, and both of them, no, Ajit Pawar gone, Sharad being at the fag end of his political career. The only person who is in a certain way can take the party forward is Supriya Sule, whose heart really lies with the Congress party. So we might see a reordering of things in us. Whatever is left of the NCP might go with the Congress party, which is still there in a certain way, not as powerful as it was earlier, but still holding on to whatever they have in terms of Mr. Rahul Gandhi's determination to keep it independent and afloat. Otherwise, I have nothing to suggest that NCP's leader's departure, these bad, horrible, tragic circumstances, will make a big difference to the politics of the state.
So, sir, in your opinion, Supriya Sule is actually going to take over the reins of the party after the unfortunate demise of Ajit Pawar?
That is my submission, because this party has remained in the hands of the family, so the Pawar family. The first was Sharad Pawar for long years, then Ajit Pawar, then Supriya Sule is also now the leader of the house of her party. So what next? I mean, you assume, and she has made very friendly statements toward the Congress party. She normally hangs around with them.
All right.
So one assumes that something of that nature might happen.
All right, sir, please stay on with me. Mr. Bipin Sharma, sir, in your opinion, what do you think is next for the NCP? Is it going to come back united and become one bloc, or is it going to stay divided like it is right now? And if it is in fact even united, who exactly is going to take over the reins? Is it going to be Supriya Sule, who's involved in national politics more so, or is it going to be Sunetra Pawar, the wife of Ajit Pawar, or is it going to be the sons of Ajit Pawar, both Parth and Jay, or is it going to be other contenders per se, other known leaders like Praful Patel?
So you see, we can only speculate as of now, and time is a big healer, and time alone will determine who actually emerges as the real successor. But then I can stick my neck out to say one thing for sure, which is that as of now, in the present day scenario, everything is intact. So Maharashtra is not going anywhere, and if we say that the NCP would be further, there would be further fragmentation of NCP, or whether there would be a merger with the Sharad Pawar faction, but that's a distant reality, because right now emotions are high, but then to suddenly come to some sort of a conclusion, I think that would be too early in the day, because Devendra Fadnavis factor is a very vital factor in Maharashtra politics, and he's a seasoned politician, so he would keep his flock together intact. And we saw his political maturity when he paved the way for Eknath Shinde. He showed that large heart, and then he was ready to sacrifice his CM's chair when the High Command asked him to do so. So in such a scenario, and especially we must also keep in mind the recent BMC poll results. So I think that also says it all, that as far as the Mahayukti is concerned, everything is intact, and NCP also, because let us take into consideration the example of LJP, what happened after the demise of Ramvilas Paswan. So because they were, all sort of speculations that the party would get fragmented, and there was this feud between Uncle and Chirag Paswan. But then now see what has happened. Chirag Paswan has actually become indispensable in Indian politics at the center, and the role that he played in 2024 Lok Sabha elections. So I think that also must be borne in mind. It's a fantastic case study. So you cannot, dismiss any politician, any political party. So, and you never know whether the sons of Ajit Pawar would actually, turn a surprise, and they emerge as the real successors, and then they take the good work forward.
All right, so please do stay on with me. Mr. Sanjay Kapoor, sir, would you, in a way agree with the opinion that Ajit Pawar remained a chief minister in waiting throughout his political career? So my question was, would you agree with the opinion that Ajit Pawar remained a chief minister in waiting, considering the fact that there was a widespread belief that one day he would actually occupy the top post? He was always the deputy chief minister in whichever government he served, but he could never actually occupy the top post in Maharashtra.
That is, he was competent without any doubt. One can say that, but you must not forget the circumstances in which he was stopped time and again. The BJP had a list of allegations against him, and one of them was that he had been part of a 70,000 crore scam. In fact, Prime Minister Modi used to talk about how he has been involved, and how even his Chief Minister, Mr. Fadnavis, used to say that he would be chakki piecing. So all kinds of adjustments, hypocritical and otherwise, have been made in trying to accommodate him, and that has remained with him. So he came very close to being the chief minister, but something held him back. He sometimes was, hunting for the accommodation for the Congress-led Shiv Sena alliance. The other time he was doing it, he dumped them and joined hands. So the trust factor was missing, because he was, making all kinds of adjustments. So he may have remained an important person because of his stature and because of the work that he had done, but his politics was all over the place.
All right, sir. Mr. Bipin Sharma, I would like to rope you in, sir. It was widely, of course, said that Sharad Pawar is set to retire from active politics. He's already 85 years old. And, now we have, the demise of his political heir. It was widely speculated that, Ajit was actually the political heir of Sharad Pawar and not his daughter, rather. Would you say that now it would now become so that Sharad Pawar would actually become politically active, even though he had said that his term he would retire rather from active politics after his membership as a RSMP ends?
You see, Sharad Pawar has always been referred to as the Maratha strongman, and he is, of course, the one whom Ajit Pawar at one point used to idolize. So, and like so many other leaders, the young leaders, Praful Patel, not to forget. So, but then you see, now with this turn of events and this untimely demise of Ajit Dada Pawar, I think, you see, there are two important things. One is that in politics, politicians tend to have a very short-lived memory. They tend to forget the sort of allegations, accusations they leveled at their opponents, because when they join hands, and let us also keep in mind the epic statement made by the former late Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. He said compulsion of coalition. So in a scenario when a political party is unable to amass the majority mark, they have to, go in for a merger, have another coalition partners to form the government. So there are certain compromises. So now Ajit Dada Pawar, what I presume is that maybe his wife would come in the forefront. The BJP, the Eknath Shinde front would, request Ajit Pawar's wife to take on the mantle, and then maybe the sons. So, but then there is no denying the fact that Sharad Pawar's true inheritor would always be Ajit Dada Pawar, because Supriya Sule, of course, has her own political maturity, the contribution that she has made as a politician. But then the true inheritor of Sharad Pawar's legacy would be Ajit Dada Pawar.
But now, sir, of course, Ajit Pawar is, he passed away in a tragic incident. So now who comes to the fore as the next heir?
So I think again, coming back to the same case study, the Chirag Paswan factor, how Chirag Paswan assumed the responsibility, understood the need of the hour, and then there were humongous challenges. But then he accepted the gauntlet and then threw his hat in the ring, and then the rest, as they say, is history. Now today he's actually established himself as an indispensable player in politics, and he says he fondly refers to himself as the Hanuman of Narendra Modi. So I think if he's making this kind of a statement, that says it all. You have to take that on its face value quite seriously. So I think that Ajit Pawar's sons would understand the responsibility and this untimely divorce, because no one expected. It is a jolt from the blue, and they would take a considerable period of time to come to terms with this very harsh, bitter reality. So now, but then in politics, the show must go on. So Chalti ka naam gadi. So now they have to, rise up to the occasion and understand that the good works that their father and Ajit Pawar's wife would understand, that what contribution her husband made. So the people of Baramati have a huge expectations. So they, and at end of the day, people expect results, because actions speak louder than words. So now I think definitely it would be keenly awaited to see who actually takes on the responsibility and becomes the true successor of Ajit Pawar.
Yes, I would please request you to stay on with me. I'm also being joined by Mr. Sanjeev Unyal, who is a political analyst. Welcome to the broadcast, sir. Thank you for giving us your time. Sir, the funeral of Ajit Pawar has rather, ended. Massive sea of people had gathered to pay their last respects. Political leaders from across the spectrum were also present to pay their last respects, and from what we've seen, he will be remembered by somebody who was a people's leader. People remember him rather fondly. Going forward, sir, with his untimely and tragic demise, what do you think is next for the Nationalist Congress Party? Is it going to come back united, or is it going to stay the same? And if so, who is going to hold on, to who is actually going to be the next successor to Ajit Pawar? Is it going to be his wife, or is it going to be perhaps his sons?
It is a very miserable time, and I pay my tribute, my condolences to the aggrieved family of Ajit Pawar, his wife, and two sons, specifically complete family, which is a cohesive family. Ancestrally, Ajit was born in a political family background. He was a stalwart nephew who was supposed to be, he was the chief minister of Maharashtra, the financial capital of India, 4 times. When in 1999, he joined politics, and I think this was his best time. He was passing through a best time of his phase, because whenever he has become 3 or 4 times deputy chief minister of Maharashtra, still he was deputy chief minister of Maharashtra. But since never there was, when presumably the center government was not the same government he belonged to when he was deputy chief minister. And when Modi ji and center is doing so good in all the aspects, recently won the VMC also. So he was right hand of Fadnavis, everyone knows. What happened suddenly is a misfortune for NCP, for family, for Maharashtra and for Bharatvarsh also. I think it is not the right time after funeral, few hours of funeral, or right now the family is in aggrieved condition. Definitely the state of mind of the family of Pawar is in deep sorrow. So I think that's why we do the ceremony of Terami. Up to Terami, the soul, the mind of that particular person who has passed away remains in the house, remains in that area, remains in the globe in up to 13 days. So my sincere tribute to family. We are all, as a Newsx panelist, Newsx anchor, as well as we all Bharatvarsh के सभी वासी, we are stand by with the family of Ajit ji. As far as politics is concerned, the name itself, when it speaks volume about the nomenclature, because in our sanskar, Namkaran sanskar is very important. Ajit, who is always at the winning side, Ajit, जिससे आप जीत नहीं सकते. So he was like this. First time he joined Bharatiya Janata Party in 2019. When Fadnavis has taken him in his party, he left Chachaji's parties, Sharad Pawar's parties. But he again took a U-turn. But now in 2024, 2023 in fact, he joined again Fadnavis Bharatiya Janata Party, and that was the turning point of his fortunes. Misfortune never comes alone, undoubtedly. When he joined again the Sharad Pawar camp few days in the BMC election, and suddenly this happened. So only memories, sweet memories are left behind. He has two sons. Supriya Sule is his cousin, Sharad Pawar's daughter. Sometimes I think that the bad politics, giving mudslingings on each other during this bad time, bad patch of which is there on the family, we come out with lot of politics, which is not, I think, the right time to do this type of politics, doing mudslingings on each other, like Mamta ji did, Kharge ji did. It is not the time. We will settle our political scores later, after 13 days,